Thank you. Okay, now it's recorded. So first thing we do is we calculate the summation of supply. So we calculate the summation of supply. Is it equal to summation of demand? Since this is equal, then we called it as a balanced problem, isn't it? Any doubts here?
No, sir.
Okay. Now we have to solve this problem to the optimization by using Modi method, but we have to first find the initial step, the initial solution. So initial solution can be found out by three methods. Those three methods are NWCM, Northwest Corner method, LCM, least cost method, and VAM method, Vogel's approximation method. Okay, so let me just go with NWCM. So if I go with NWCM, this is 120, this is 150. So how much I should make the allocation? So this will be my first cell. This is the first cell, top row and leftmost column. So I'll make an allocation here. If I make an allocation here, the allocation will be 150, 120. What should be the allocation? What should be the allocation?
120.
120. Yes, 120. Good. So if it is 120, this will become 0. If this becomes 0, the top row gets eliminated. If top row gets eliminated, and this will become 30, isn't it? Then next allocation will be made here. So if I make an allocation here, then it will be 30, 80. So it will become 30, 30. So this will become 0. If this goes 0, the column gets eliminated. Here it will be 50. I hope I am not fast. I hope I am not fast. This
No,
is
sir.
easy to
Yes, sir.
understand. Okay. So this will be 50 then.
Yes,
50
sir.
will become 0. This will become 30. Since this is completed, this will get eliminated. Then the next will be made here. This will be 30, making this as 0, making this as 50. So this will get eliminated. The last will be here, that is 50, 50, 0, 0. Any doubts? So if I see the cost of transportation T will be equal to what? Cost of transportation will be equal to 50 plus 10 into 50 plus 9 into 30 plus 10 into 50. So what is the total cost of transportation? By the time you calculate the cost of transportation, I'll draw the diagram again. What is the cost of transportation? Who will calculate the cost of transportation?
2,680, sir.
Okay, I don't know. I have not got the problem solution here. So whatever value you are calculating, I am relying on that only. I do not have the values here, no problem. What is the value, Aditya?
2,680.
2,680. Anybody having any different value? Anyone having any different value? 8, 5, 6. So first row is 8, second is 5, 6. Then it is 15, 10, 5. The last row is 3, 9, 10. Allocations are 120, 30, 50, 30, and this is 50. Correct? Any doubts up to this point? Any doubts, students? Any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Good. So if there's no doubt, then let us proceed to UI, and next is VJ, isn't it? So for occupied cells, for occupied cells, Cij is equal to Ui plus Vj. So randomly selecting, I am taking V1 as 0. If I take V1 as 0, my U1 becomes 8, U2 becomes 15. How is it? C11 is equal to U1 plus V1, implying that 8 is equal to U1 plus V1 is 0. So U1 is equal to 8. Similarly, C21 will be equal to U2 plus V1, implying that 15 is equal to U2 plus 0. That is, U2 is equal to 15. Correct? Then similarly, can I write for C22 is equal to U2 plus V2, implying that 10 is equal to 15 plus V2, implying that V2 is equal to minus 5. Correct? Correct? Any doubts here? Similarly, can I write C32 is equal to U3 plus V2, implying that 9 is equal to U3 minus 5. So U3 will be equal to 14. Correct? U3 will be equal to 14. Similarly, C33 will be equal to U3 plus V3, is implying that 10 is equal to U3, U3 is 14 plus V3, implying that V3 is equal to minus 4. Correct? So this will be minus 4. Any doubts? I hope I am not fast. If I am going fast, let me know, okay? Because all this we have already studied, isn't it? Any doubts up to this point, students? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, great. So at this point, we will be calculating Dij values. So Dij will be calculated for unoccupied cells. For unoccupied cells, Dij is equal to Cij minus of Ui plus Vj. Okay, so that will be equal to, so first value will be D12. D12 will be equal to C12 minus of U1 plus V2, that is equal to 5 minus of U1. U1 is 8. minus 5. So 5 minus 8 minus 5 is 3. 5 minus 3 is 5 minus 3 is 2. So here it becomes 2. Then D13 is equal to C13 minus of U1 plus V3, that is equal to 6 minus of 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. So answer is 2. Correct? Any doubts? Okay. Similarly, D23 will be equal to C23 minus of U2 plus V3, that is equal to 12 minus of 15 minus 4, isn't it? 15 minus 4. 15 minus 4 is 11. 12 minus 11 is 1. So this will be equal to 1. Similarly, the last one is D1 is equal to C31 minus of U3 plus V1. So C31 is 3 minus of 14 plus 0, that is equal to minus 11. Correct? So here it is minus 11. Am I going too fast? Am I
No,
going
sir.
too fast, students? Okay. So let us take some other color. Let us take green. So with green, let me what is the optimality condition? Optimality condition is all Dij values must be greater than or equal to 0, isn't it? This gives me optimality condition. Check for optimality, isn't it? Is it correct or not? If it is correct, then we have to form a path, because since this value is not positive, this is negative value. So what we will do is we will mark a point here. From this point, we will go either in this direction or in this direction. Let me go in this direction. So if I go here, I'll reach to this point. From here, I can go straight. Here, I can go up. If I go straight, I'll end up here. If I end up here, this is an allocation, so I can move up. But once I move up, there is no allocation in these cells. So I will not be able to take a turn. So this option is not good for me. Then if I take a turn from here, I'll end up here. If I move up, there is no allocation, so I cannot make a turn. So either I'll have to make a turn here, or either I'll have to make a turn here. Here also there is no allocation. So the only option remaining is I'll take a turn here. If I take a turn, then I'll come back to this original position. So this is my path. If this is my path, then what I'll do is I'll just draw that path again. That way it will be better. So let me just draw a small path here. Okay. So we have got this path. So here the value was 9. Okay. So we have got this path. Now once we get this path, what we have to do is here we will make a minus, isn't it?
Sir,
The point where we started. Yes.
any
Yes,
path
Aditya,
should
tell me.
never be retraced, no sir. Like we should not come back on the same path, no sir, while coming back.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
But you have to come back to its original point, isn't it? It should be a closed path, not an open path, isn't it?
Yes. Like
Okay.
I mean,
So now,
hello.
hello. Yeah, tell
Like
me.
once if we are going straight, and then if we
Uh,
reach up to 8, then like that, if such a case happens, then we can't come back, no sir.
Yes, from this
Back to
point,
15.
okay, if let us say that from here, from 3, I'm going to move to 8. Okay.
Hmm.
If I go to 8, then from 8, there is no option for me to take a turn. Because from here, if I take a turn, I'll be taking a turn in this direction, isn't it? In this
Yes.
direction. If I take a turn in this direction, this cell is also empty, this cell is also empty. So I cannot take turns, isn't it? So here
Yes.
going to this point is not good. So don't want to go to this point. From here, if I take a turn in this direction, then I'll come to this point. From this point, I can take a turn downwards, or I can move upwards, or I can move towards the right. Towards right
Yes.
and towards up. Both the cells are empty, isn't
Empty.
it?
Hmm.
So I cannot take turns here. So I'll turn back to downwards direction. If I turn down, then I'll reach to this point. Here again, I can take a direction towards right or towards left, isn't it? If I take towards left, I reach to my original point. So I'll just move here and complete my path. Okay,
Yes.
is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so let me just rub this so that it will not create any hindrances later on. Okay, so now once the path is created, what we do is the point from where we start, we'll mark it as minus. The other will mark, sorry, this will mark it as plus, because we want to include this into the solution, isn't it? We want to make this into the solution, correct? So we mark here plus, here we mark minus, here we mark plus, here we mark minus, isn't it? So every turn there is a change in sign, correct? Now from this point, we select that these two cells are having minus signs. So whichever is minimum, both are 30. So what we will do is, we'll take 30 and again we will create a table. So I'll again create a table at the bottom. So just tell me the values. Okay, let me just create a table here. So this is 1 row, 2 row, 1 column, 2 column, 3 columns. What are the values? 8, 5, 6, I think, isn't
Yes.
it? Next row,
15, 1, 5,
15, yes,
10,
15, 10,
12,
12. Next row,
3,
3,
9, and 10.
9, and 10.
10.
So here we have allocation 120, which is not going to change. Here we have an allocation 50, which is not going to change, correct? The other 3 allocations are going to change. So here we are having an allocation now, which is 30, correct? And here it was 50. So there, these two are 30, 30. So minimum is 30. So we will add 0 plus 30, will make an allocation here of 30. Here it was 30, 30 minus 0, 30 minus 30 will become 0, isn't it? So we won't write anything. We'll make this as an empty cell. Here it was 50. 50 था ना यहाँ पे? Here it was 50.
Yes, sir.
What was 50? Then 50 plus 30, it will become 80.
80.
And here also it will become 30 minus 30 will become 0, isn't it? So there will be one vacant cell here. There will be one vacant cell here. And these 3 vacant cells already existed, isn't it? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, if this is the case, what is the number of allocations we require? Number of allocations. Number of allocations is equal to what? Number of allocations is equal
1 plus
to
n minus
m
1.
plus n minus 1. That is 3 plus 3 minus 1 is equal to 5. Correct?
Yes.
Correct? But now here it is 1, 2, 3 and 4. If m plus n minus 1 is not equal to number of allocations, then what is, just a second, sorry, Whitener name. Okay, so if m plus n minus 1 is not equal to a number of allocations, then what we say? Then we say that this problem is degenerated problem. Degenerate. Degenerated problem. Degenerated problem. Okay. Now this degeneracy, this this problem is called degenerated problem, and this type of problems are called degeneracy. Okay, this is called degeneracy. If there is a degeneracy occurring in the table, okay, am I clear here? What is degeneracy? What is degeneracy? What is degeneracy?
The number of allocations which are there, which we got after calculating, when they are not equal to the value of m plus n minus 1, at such a time we call the situation as degeneracy.
Okay, good. So let me ask somebody else. Ritik, 321, can you unmute yourself? Ritik, can you unmute yourself? Ritik, Jagdish, 302. Jagdish, can you unmute yourself? 302. Okay. 317, Madhu. 317, Madhu. 317, Madhu. Can you unmute yourself? Three one seven. Okay, let me just check. 308. Kanna.
Yes, sir.
308. What is degeneracy, Kanna? Kanna, what is degeneracy? What do you understand by degeneracy? Kanna, please unmute yourself. What do you understand by degeneracy?
So which is not generated, sir.
It is not generated. What is generacy then? See, students, if you are not listening to these things, it will be problematic for you, not for me. Anyhow, I'll just repeat it once again. What is degeneracy? Degeneracy is when the number of allocations is not equal to m plus n minus 1. Degeneracy may occur within the iteration. That is, now what we have done here is we have got one iteration. After one iteration, degeneracy occurred. That is, due to the same values at both the negative ends, we got a degeneracy. Here it was minus 30. It was there also. It was minus 30. So degeneracy may occur any time. It may be in the first initial solution also. Here also you may get a degeneracy. If you see degeneracy, the answers that you are getting, see, if you see 120 plus 30 will make it 150, which is satisfying your demand constraint. This is also 80, so this will also satisfy your demand constraint. This is 50, this will also satisfy your demand constraint. This is 120, will satisfy your supply constraint. 80 will satisfy your supply constraint, and 50 plus 30 is 80. This will also satisfy your supply constraint. So in degeneracy, constraints are satisfied, but we are not able to find the optimal solution. Okay, so degeneracy does not mean that there is no solution. Solution is there, but we are not able to find the optimality. In such cases, if you have a degeneracy, then what we do is we try to take one more allocation. We try to take one more allocation which is equal to sorry which is equal to delta. What we do is we assign a value delta to unoccupied cell, unoccupied cell. Okay, now where this delta is to be assigned, so these two got eliminated. So out of these two, whichever is having minimum value, out of these two, whichever is having minimum value, there we are going to assign a value delta. So we are going to make an allocation here delta which is equal to 0, which is approximately equal to 0. So instead of having this as an unoccupied cell, now we are going to make it as an occupied cell with an allocation of delta, and delta is approximately equal to 0. With this delta, there will be no effect on the constraints. If you see, 30 plus 50 will be 80 plus delta, delta is it equal to 0. So this will not have any effect on the
Sir? Hello?
hello. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay, sorry, I got disconnected. Just give me a minute. I'll start. So what I was saying, that if there is an degeneracy occurring here, what we will do is we will, since this is the degeneracy occurred in the iteration, since it is occurring in the iteration, so there were two columns, two cells which got unoccupied instantaneously. So when there is a degeneracy occurring in the iteration, then what we will do is minimum value cell is, this is 15, this is 9. So which one is minimum? 9 is minimum. So in the 9 location, which is delta. So what is delta? Delta is an allocation which is provided. Delta is an allocation which is provided equal to 0 to an unoccupied cell to make it an occupied cell. The reason for creating it at delta is approximately equal to 0. So this will not affect your supply constraints, neither will affect your demand constraints, neither will affect the cost of transportation. Delta is equal to 0. So this will not affect the cost of transportation. Is it correct? Is there any doubt up to this point? Is there any doubt,
Mm.
students?
We are assigning it only for the cells which are empty after we are using the value, sir. Like those after using the path function.
Yes, after using the path function, after this iteration is completed. This iteration, when does this iteration completes? When you get the path, when you get the plus and negative signs. Okay, so iteration ends here. For the next iteration, if we are finding values and two cells are getting, if two cells, cell 1 and cell 2, if these two cells are getting unoccupied instantaneously, okay, since here it was also 30, here it was also 30. That is why the reason they both got eliminated, isn't it? If there would have been 40 and 30, then this would have been 10, correct?
Yes.
There would have been some value remaining. But since all the values at the negative were same, that is why there has been an elimination of two cells at a time instantaneously.
Sir,
Hmm.
if the costs are same, then sir, for those cells.
If the cost are also same, yes, very good question. So if say here instead of 15, if this is also 9, this is also 9, then what to do? Then there will not be any effect. You can take either here or you can take either here, because anyhow delta is not affecting your cost. Okay, anyhow
Yes.
delta is not affecting your cost. Okay, so I have taken delta here. If I take delta here, what I get is I have to write again the ui and vj values, isn't it? Again I have to write ui and vj, correct?
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll simply make u3 equal to 0. If I make u3 equal to 0, my v1 will be equal to 3, v2 will be equal to 9, and v3 will be equal to 10, isn't it? Again for occupied cell, for occupied cells, Cij is hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Now it's audible.
Am I audible, students? Sorry, again my phone got disconnected. Okay, so as I was saying, again we will calculate Cij values. So here, if I take u3 equal to 0, v1 will become 3, v2 will become 9, v3 will become 10. Similarly, I can calculate for this cell 10 minus of 9 will this will become 1, isn't it? u2 will become 1, that is 10 minus of 10 is equal to 9 plus u2, isn't it? So u2 will become 1. Similarly here, if I use this cell, C118 will be equal to u1 plus v3, v1 plus u1. So that will be equal to u1 is equal to, this is 3. So 8 minus 3 will become 5. So here it is 5. Correct? Any problems? Am I too fast here? Am I too fast here?
No, sir. Okay only.
Hello,
So can you please do
is
that
okay
again?
na? Sorry? Which value you want me to do again? Okay, let me
Sir,
just
1 and 5, sir.
1 and 5. Okay, so let us take this cell. For this cell, C22 is equal to U2 plus V2, correct?
Yes,
Isn't
sir.
it? So C22 is 10 is equal to U2 plus V2 is 9. So U2 will be
Yes,
equal
sir.
to 1.
1.
Similarly, C11 will be equal to U1 plus V1. C11 is 8 is equal to U1 plus V1 is
3.
3. So
Yes, sir.
U1 is equal to 5.
5.
Correct?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sir,
Okay.
the
Now
cell with
similarly,
delta
we will.
also. Hello.
Yes. Tell me.
The cell with delta also should be taken as an allocated cell, no, sir?
Yes. That is how I have calculated V2, na?
Yes.
This I have taken as 0. Then only I'll get V2 as 9. Na? If I do not take this cell as an occupied cell, then how will I calculate V2? Okay.
Yes, sir. Got it.
So I'll calculate this value. This value will be equal to Dij. Dij is equal to Cij minus of Ui plus Vj. Isn't it? For 1, 2, C12 will be equal to 5 minus of 5 plus 9. 5 plus 9 is 14. 14 minus 5 is minus 11. Isn't it? So this will be minus 11. This is equal to 6 minus of 5 plus 10. 5 plus 10 is 15. 15 minus 6 is 15 minus 6 is minus 9.
11.
Minus 9. Isn't it? Oh, this is also minus. Am I audible now? Sorry, students, I am getting disturbed with this net connection. Am I audible now? Hello.
Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay. So for Dij, D12 is 5 minus of 5 plus 9. 5 plus 9 is 14. 14 minus 5 is 14 minus 5 is minus 9.
Minus
Isn't it?
9.
Similarly here, 6 minus 5 plus 10, 15. 15 minus 6 is minus 9. Similarly here, 15 minus 1 plus 3 is 4. So this will be 11. 12 minus 1 plus 10 is 1. Correct? So both are minus 9, minus 9. So which one to be selected? Which of these to be selected, students? This is also minus 9. This is also minus 9.
The middle one, sir, second one. Column 2
Why?
minus 9. That one.
Why column
Because
2?
Cost is less.
if you take the value in column 3, then we can't move towards the side or downward because there are empty cells all around it.
No, if I take a cell here, if I take a cell here, then also I can move. If I take a turn from here, then also I can move here, 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 and here, back. If I take here, then also I can move like this. Anyhow, in both the cases, I can make a path. Don't worry about the path. Path can be created. But how to select which one is to be selected now? First thing, we will select a path in which the allocation or the turn is not at the delta. Okay. Now, if you see, if I select 5, my path will go like this. Isn't it?
Yes.
So turn will be at delta. I will try to avoid a turn at delta. I will try to avoid a turn at delta. This is not a compulsion that delta should not be in the path. Let me be very clear at this point. I will try to avoid this. If necessarily this is coming in the path, I won't object. But I will try to avoid this. If I try to avoid this, I will select this cell and I will make a path like this. So if I make a path like this, then this will be plus, this will be minus, this will be plus, this will be minus. So 50, 120. So what will be the allocation here? What will be the allocation? 50. Again, I'll create one more allocation. Okay. Is it correct?
Yes.
Is
sir.
it correct, students? So I'll make another table with 50 being here and 70 being here. This being 80. Correct? Correct, students? Try and solve this. We'll meet in the next class. Okay, I think the class is over. So I'll just take a snapshot of the attendance. Just give me a minute. We have 36 students now. So let me just take the snapshot of the attendance. Why out of 46 only 30, 31 students are attending the classes? What happened to others? The attendance, I'll share it to your classroom. So students, I have to end this session here. I hope you can solve the problem. In the next iteration, I hope you will get the optimal solution. Okay. So just try and solve this problem and we'll meet in the next class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Is it that difficult? Can't you solve this? Can you solve this or not?
We'll make an attempt, sir.
Students, can you solve? Yes, you should make an attempt. I think in the next iteration, you will get the optimal value. Okay. So just check it and find the optimal value.